Welcome to Monday Night Madness. A little bit of a change up tonight. Hopefully, Dre will be joining us in a little bit, and we have a whole cast of characters on tonight's show. So I'll let everybody introduce themselves, and we can get going.
How y'all doing out there? It's the Ignorant Thinker Podcast. Dennis Holmes. One half of Talk You Wish Tuesday.
How y'all doing out there? Flying High Podcast. Ron Thomas.
The other half of Talk You Wish Tuesday.
And how's everyone doing? Doing the Jaw You, Dalton Smith, aka D-Man. I think Ramon's on mute.
How's everybody doing?
I am on mute, wasn't I?
Yeah.
No, I was fighting with my pit bulls. They wanted to fight me. How y'all doing this evening? It's a very interesting evening. I could get used to two Monday night games, and then like last week we got a Tuesday night game. Hell, I wouldn't have a damn problem if they were like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Hell, that'd be nice.
Make the week go by fast.
Huh?
It would make the week go by fast.
Because, once you get to Thursdays, with the Thursday game, you're like, man, okay, the week's nearly over.
Right.
Thursday, you have Thursday, and then Friday, you got high school football, and Saturday, you got college football, and then it's Sunday. So, and then you got Sunday night football, and then Monday night football. But we had a treat. We had two games. The Bills and Chiefs, and the Cowboys and the Cardinals, and I'll tell you what. There's a few things that have been revealed to me that just it's confirmed. It is confirmed, and there's certain stuff. If you don't get it fixed fast, and then it just you have the avalanche effect. The first game was the Bills and Chiefs, defending Super Bowl champions. This game was pushed back, right? Because of the whole Titans thing. This supposed to happen
COVID pushed it back.
It was supposed to happen like past Thursday, right?
Yeah, so Thursday night football.
It was supposed to be past Thursday.
They had to reschedule everything. It was a really, really messy kind of game. It was kind of now Dre was there and Mookie Hawkins was there, and I was trying to get a hold of Dre. He sent. I don't know if everybody saw in the Rise Up chat rooms and stuff. Dre had pictures from the game and stuff. But looking at the game, I'll save my thoughts till the end. But I guess I'll go with you first, Dalton. What did you see with the game?
Well, the thing is, like the Josh Allen receivers. Some receivers they haven't caught the ball, and they still haven't. Their running game are still in trouble, and the run defense they're still not doing too good. I haven't seen Ed Oliver. I don't know where he's been at, and Trey Watt and Jordan Poyer. They got penalty back to back, like unnecessary roughness.
30 yards of that game.
I don't. They kind of lost their composure a little bit, with the unnecessary roughness, hitting out of bounds and stuff like that. And when you're playing a team like this, you can't give them the opportunity to extend their drives. I don't think Josh Allen played bad. It was kind of tough out there. You saw both the quarterbacks. You could see they were having a hard time. Even Patrick Mahomes had some overthrows and some errant throws, with the wet ball or whatever. But I think the difference in the game, and I saw this a couple of weeks ago, their inability to stop the run. And I thought that the Chiefs receivers would give them more of a hard time. I thought Mecole Hardman would be, but the person that they could not stop Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Clyde Edwards-Helaire was killing them,
Yep.
And we were all talking in the chat room. Ed Oliver, it's like where's Ed Oliver at? And I think this game here is the first game that maybe they missed Jordan Phillips and Shaq Lawson. I think they really missed them in this game here, and maybe even Starla Tulele. I think they kind of missed him a little bit in this game. You got to have beef up front. I mean, when your defensive linemen are getting pushed around, it doesn't matter that you have a all-world cornerback like Trey White, and I think Trey White's one of the top two. He's one of the top two corners in the game. But when they're running the ball, Clyde Edwards-Helaire was averaging 8 yards a carry. So I mean that's kind of tough. And then they had no answer for Travis Kelce either. Travis Kelce just but everybody has a problem with Travis Kelce. Is a matchup nightmare. Dennis, what did you see with the game, Dennis?
I say Travis Kelce's a zone killer. That's what he is. When you think you got everything zoned up and what you call him can't go deep on you, then there goes Travis Kelce. Gets right in the middle of your zone, gets a completion. Made a crazy catch today. I didn't think he was gonna make that catch. Made a nice crazy catch today. But you were 100% right about the
shocked me. I didn't see him fumbling. Because you don't usually see Kelce fumble.
No, that did catch me off guard. But Marcus, you was right about that beef up front. If you ain't got no beef up front, your linebackers can't make the plays they need to make. And I always remember that because I remember when Ray Lewis lost his beef up front with the two big boys back in the day when he won a Super Bowl.
Tony Siragusa and Ted Washington.
It was Ted? Okay, yeah. He lost both of them.
Tony Siragusa and Ted Washington.
I just think.
I don't understand because last year, looking at that defense last year, nobody really ran against Buffalo Bills last year.
No.
So, and that's what I'm noticing with Buffalo this year is teams are actually running against them.
Well, I just said when you're missing beef up front, you're missing guys that are 300, 315, 320 pounds. The purpose of your defensive line is to. What people really don't understand, the purpose of your defensive line is to protect your linebackers. So those nose tackle types, those Casey Hampton types, those Vince Wilfork types, their number one job is to occupy space. To command a double team where you have to double team them. That way, those offensive linemen can't get to the second level and start hitting your linebackers. Well, that's not happening now because. I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire on a couple of those runs, he's not getting hit until he's like 7 yards down the field.
Yeah. This is my question though. Who do the Bills play next?
They play the Jets.
They play the Jets.
Yeah. So everything should be righted next week. But it was like what I was saying. Sometimes people don't want to hear this. Sometimes. You want to take these losses now. You want to take these losses now, where you can learn from them, because you don't want somebody running for 150 yards on you in the playoffs.
No,
because the teams that you're gonna have to face, if you can't, the teams that you're gonna have to face in the playoffs, if you want to go where you want to go, they all can run. All of them. All the teams that you'll see in the AFC playoffs, all of them can run. Hell, even the Browns, which I mean, the Browns are what, 4-2?
But they didn't run too good against Pittsburgh's defense.
They did. They sure didn't. And Ramona, now let me say it to Ramona and Sharon, because Sharon's been tagging me in everything she could think of. So let me say it now. I was wrong. I said the Browns, if they wanted to establish themselves, you got to beat the bullies on the block. If you're supposed to be who you are, you got to beat the bullies on the block. They did not beat the bullies on the block. They let the bullies keep rolling. So the Browns are who we thought they were.
Listen, the Bills played the Jets, the Patriots, the Seahawks, the Cardinals, the Chargers, the Niners, and then the Steelers.
Damn.
They may have one win in the next.
And that's what I
was saying. One win. Whoa, Ramona. Wait.
I want to say this.
Hey, I think
Ramona, Ramona,
yeah.
You're making me defend the Bills now.
I'll give them the Jets and the Patriots game.
But if you can't stop all those teams that you just mentioned, all of them can run the football. And if you can't, so you're talking about facing. Just throw out the Jets game. I'll give you the Jets game. You're talking about facing
Patriots.
Damian Harris. I think that's a game that they can win. You're talking about facing Chris Carson. You're talking about facing James Conner. You're talking about facing who else did you say? And the Cardinals.
The Cardinals.
King Drake.
The
Chargers. They gotta.
And the Chargers. By the time you face the Chargers, you're gonna be facing Austin Eckler, who should be back.
And they don't play the Steelers till December 13th. So.
But I'm just like, if you can't.
The Broncos.
And then the thing with the Cardinals, as you saw tonight, there's nobody in the league like Kyler Murray. There's nobody in the. I mean, you got mobile quarterbacks. You got mobile quarterbacks, but they're not like him. They're not like him. Where I mean, this guy has like.
I'm sorry.
He's like.
Let me ask you. Well, you're saying there's nobody in the league like him. I'm sorry. Who's the guy that's running for MVP right now? Who's the one in MVP right now?
I'm talking about Kyler Murray.
Wilson.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm saying. Look, I know that he's mobile. There's maybe another guy like where he can take a quarterback draw and take it 80 yards to the house. That's not Russell Wilson's game.
No, it's not his game. He used to do it, but that's not his game.
No, I'm saying Kyler Murray can run a quarterback sweep and take it 70, 80 yards on you. Because the dude has 4.3 speed. The only two quarterbacks we're talking that can run like that are him and Lamar Jackson. I mean, you got mobile quarterbacks. You got the big mobile guys, the Josh Allens and Patrick Mahomes is kind of mobile. But I'm talking about when he decides to put his foot in the ground and run, the dude is faster than a lot of defensive backs. So you have to respect him every time he takes off with the ball. And I haven't really seen anybody put a lick on him either. He, with his baseball background, he usually slides or he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, he slides.
Have you seen him take? I mean, I've seen Lamar Jackson.
I ain't seen Russell Wilson take that many licks. He slides fast.
You don't really see Russell Wilson take lick. I mean, I've seen Lamar Jackson get lit up a couple of times. I've never seen Kyler Murray somebody come up to him and square him up and blast him. I've never seen that. You usually see him get on the ground or get out of bounds. D, you watched the game. What did you think about the game tonight? Got the professional up in the house. What's going on?
What's up, man? Which game are we referring to?
The Bills and Chiefs.
I felt like the Bills game was a continuation of last week. I mean, y'all hit it on the head. We can't stop the run at all. Did Matt Milano even play tonight?
Oh, he was inactive.
Yeah, it's a catastrophe of dominoes that's going on right now. They need to regroup and get healthy. I don't think that the offense is I don't think the defense is gonna work until like I was saying, like earlier in the year. It's gonna be like around week 8, week 9 when they get back on track, and by that time they'll have already faced the bulk of the tough parts of their schedule. So right now I'm really only worried about the divisional games. Like all the other stuff, all that stuff is cute, but it's pointless. And tonight's game was a game where they could have taken tonight's game, but there's just a lot of missed opportunities. Stephon Diggs drops a touchdown, which is totally uncharacteristic of him. Josh Allen missed a couple people, and then the inadvertent interception. I mean, it just felt like they picked up where they lost, where they left off last week. The sad thing is, I predicted all of this, so it is what it is.
Penalties didn't help tonight either.
Yeah, but it wasn't like last week. It wasn't like the Tennessee game where they 10 penalties that literally cost them the game. That cost them
those two back to back when they were trained to get the ball down the field.
Yeah.
Those two 15-yard penalties killed them.
Yeah, that especially that second late hit, it was totally unnecessary.
Poyer, talking about Poyer.
The one out of bounds.
Yeah, Jordan Poyer, and somebody brought up something earlier that Jordan Poyer has been playing very, very lackluster lately. So I'm not gonna say he's been playing trash, but I mean, because he's had two games without Tre'Davious, and it's literally just him out there trying to protect and cover up for all of Josh Norman's shortcomings. So I mean, it's hard to judge like how he's really doing. I never thought I would say this, but I can't wait till we get Levi back.
Well, the thing
you're not. I mean, well, you're not happy. Y'all aren't. Hang on, because I thought I said this too. Y'all aren't happy with Josh Norman?
I tell you what, I'm happy with Josh Norman's zone play and his smarts against the run. Even though he got abused by Derrick Henry last week.
That was the only time he wasn't smart on the run. But
that's the only time. Well, he was smart. He just didn't take a good angle and position to try to make that tackle. But
he tried to tackle.
Josh Norman has been solid in his role. Anytime he's asked to do anything outside of that, it is a catastrophe.
So okay, since this is your hometown team, you've got a lot of love for those Buffalo Bills. Would you consider making a trade so you get you some beef up front to help you with that run stop?
Nah, I think they'll figure it out. I don't think there's like Marcus said, this is not time to panic. It's just time to work out the kinks. I don't think that they missing too much of anything except for, I mean, you without the depth that you had up front at last year. That's the thing. Like, you got the pass rushers. It's just that the guy, like, there's no rotation. There's no Shaq Lawson. There's no Jordan Phillips. There's no, like, the depth is no longer there. Plus, you had a guy retire and with Lorenzo Alexander. I mean, there's chemistry and depth issues. I think they'll figure it out. They don't have to go do nothing stupid. They just got to be patient and figure out what the right rotation is and what the right chemistry is. And then Leslie Frazier has got to be more aggressive. Once they figure that out, he's got to be more aggressive on and more creative on the blitz packages. And that's it. I think that'll put us in a standpoint where we can compete for at least an AFC Championship game.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, like, I know their defense need to work on it though, but the Bills' running game, they need to work on, because when I look at stats, Devin Singletary, he rushed 32 yards, and Zach Moss, he rushed 10 yards. So they need to work on running game.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I wouldn't necessarily.
I've been saying this. I've never been sold on Devin Singletary. I know all y'all were. I've been saying that. I've never been sold.
I just think he's not being utilized as much as he should.
I was gonna say that too, Dennis. But in the Tennessee game, I'll say this. You know what? Let me, before I don't want to put nothing out there. I agree with you, Dennis. They should be using him a lot, like Chicago tries to utilize David Montgomery.
I think they should be using him like the Eagles utilize Miles Sanders.
Well, I think that Singletary should be spread out more in the receiver.
Right.
This motherfucker broke his fucking arm. Sorry.
I look. There's a reason why they brought in Zach Moss. There's a reason why they tried to pick up Le'Veon Bell. The reason why is because both of those backs, Le'Veon Bell is a combination of
both of them.
he's a combination of both of those guys.
Yep.
That's what you want when a franchise workhorse is back, a guy who can do everything.
Le'Veon Bell is a wide receiver who can actually run the football.
Right.
I mean, he really is.
I mean, some people thought Montgomery was like that, but Montgomery ain't nothing like Le'Veon.
Nah, Le'Veon is a bigger, stronger LaDainian Tomlinson. That's all he is.
That can catch the ball even better.
I think he's gonna fit so nicely. I think he's gonna.
Time out. You ain't just about to just get away with just saying he's bigger, stronger than LaDainian Thompson. Hold on,
He is bigger and stronger than LaDainian.
LaDainian Thompson was a very special running back. All right.
I'm not saying that he wasn't. I didn't say he was a better running back than LaDainian. I said he was bigger and stronger.
Oh.
Let's be clear. If Le'Veon didn't have the injuries that he's had throughout the course of his career, we would be talking about him in the same breath that we would talk about LT.
You are
LT didn't have injuries. Come on, wait.
LT had one major injury throughout the course of his career, bro.
He had two.
like Bell.
He had one major injury that put him out for season ranking time throughout the course of his career. One major injury, bro. The rest of them joints was nicky nack, 3 and 4 game injuries that I mean, Le'Veon ate those, but them 2 season clinching injuries that Le'Veon had to go through, plus the crap that this year. Let's be clear. And then the year that I hate bringing this up, but that year that we played Pittsburgh in the game that could have put us in the playoffs in the snow, and he lit us up for 142. That shit still eats me up. He killed us he carried that Pittsburgh team by himself.
What team did he beat?
Buffalo. He beat the brakes. He beat us. Not because Ben had a horrible game, but Le'Veon torched us.
Well, actually, both quarterbacks had a horrible game.
Yeah. That Le'Veon killed us, bro. He had 142 on the ground, and I think he had another 63 in the air, like off screens and quick. Yo, he was killing us.
I'll tell you what. He picked
this is Monday Night Madness to the viewers. This is Monday Night Madness. There were 2 games tonight. The Bills and Chiefs were the first game, so we're discussing that game now. So,
thank you, everybody that's watching.
Absolutely.
I think Le'Veon Bell. I thought he made I thought the best 2 choices for him when he decided that he was going to go. I was like either Buffalo or Kansas City. I thought that was the best 2.
I wouldn't have chose neither one of them, but they were the top choices out of his choice group. But I wouldn't have chose neither one of them.
I thought Seattle was the best choice.
I thought Seattle. I would have. I would have.
I thought the Bears was a good choice.
I thought the Bears was a good choice, but I also thought that get Leonard Fournette cut out of Tampa Bay and go chill with Tom Brady.
No, all right.
And I also felt like the Rams with Goff would have been a great choice.
Oh yeah, that would have been a great choice.
Yeah,
they missing that. That's what they missing.
Yeah, but when you're looking at, I'm going from an 0-5 team to the defending Super Bowl champs. I mean, that's a pretty nice. that's pretty nice. I
don't think that Kansas City's repeat.
You don't think Kansas City's going to repeat?
I mean, they definitely probably going to the AFC Championship game.
Oh yeah, man,
I don't think they repeat.
I think with him now we saw what Clyde Edwards-Helaire could do just by himself tonight. And the backup running back was Darrell Williams. You're telling Le'Veon Bell to go out there with 15 carries. I think he extends. I think Le'Veon Bell just extended his career by about 3 or 4 years.
Well, the biggest thing is he's not going to have to carry the load.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he might not even be the starter.
At this point, you don't have to worry about this kid being injured all the time, because that was the problem with Pittsburgh. He was on again, off again, on again, off again, and then of course he set out in the 2018 season, which didn't do him any favors. It didn't.
I mean, his career did.
I think it did do him favor. Here's the reason why he was on again, off again, because y'all ran him into the ground. That's why he was on again, off again.
Well, what Ramona's trying to say is that when you take an entire year off, you lose a grasp for the game speed, and your productivity takes a hit. And if you do all of that and you go to a piss poor, shitty ass organization like the Jets, it's gonna be twice fold.
He did
that. Well, yeah,
and there was something else you said the other night on Friday night on the Alphabet Show on Friday night. Well, Pittsburgh didn't want to pay him that money. Well, Pittsburgh offered him as much money, just not as much up front. So don't go there and say
I never thought that they should have. I never thought that. Look, with his reputation that he had, I wouldn't have gave. I'm not giving him all that damn money. I'm not giving him all that money either. This is a guy who was sitting out there.
But now that weed is legal. Now that weed is legal in the NFL, I can see why
it's not legal. They're just not testing for it during the regular season.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It won't get you suspended. Let's just say that.
It will if you get caught in the offseason.
He had some troubles, and it's like he had multiple like little run-ins and stuff. And I'm not giving you that kind of money. I'm not. I'm just not giving you that because you haven't shown to me that you can handle that, handle that. So yeah, I don't blame them. So he thought, he thought that he was going to the grass was greener in New York and got beat up and misused by Adam Gase. And now it's like, okay, well, he already got his money. So it's like, now I got my money. Now I can go somewhere where I can win.
It's the second time he passed over Buffalo, by the way. The first time. He passed over Buffalo to go to the Jets the first time. It's the second time he's doing that. And I personally feel like it was a bad mistake because you're losing out on your starting minutes and you behind somebody that's already killing, and you in an offensive system that they really don't need you. So if you think they won't cut you if you do something stupid over there, then you're sadly mistaken.
Not just that, you just seen how they treated Shady McCoy.
Yeah, like there's no way I don't feel like these people just
Shady McCoy like that because Shady McCoy is done.
Regardless of the fact, I mean, like you got to get these yes men out your corner, like you and AB. Like, who is advising these people on what moves to make?
Well, they got those clients. I mean, who was his agent? Don't tell me it's the book. Don't tell me. Please
the thing is Pittsburgh offered him $70 million, a 5-year, $70 million deal.
And somebody stupid in this camp told that they can get him more, and they lied.
Well, he made more.
How much did he get guaranteed? Was his guarantee was only what, $12 million?
No, it was more than that. But now with the Jets, the deal was worth like, let's see, it was a 4-year contract that he signed with the Jets. The deal was worth $52.5 million and can max out to $61 million. So we actually offered him more money in the long run, but just not as much money up front.
How much you got up front from the Jets?
That's what I was trying to find here.
Oh.
$25 million in fully guaranteed money, which means he'd be walking away at least with that much, even if the Jets had cut him in 2019.
Dang. But he got 28, I think, altogether.
Not bad.
The only reason they released him so easily is because he agreed to waive his injury bonus.
Yep.
Because he's technically currently injured, but we all know that the injury was bullshit. So, and we know this now for a fact because he's ready to suit up immediately. So now that we passed the bullshit, I did want to say one thing, Ramon, before you moved on. I think that Marcus is being disrespectful with the ain't nothing like Kyler Murray in the NFL right now. Let's be 100% clear. Deshaun Watson does the same thing throwing wise that Kyler Murray does and can take off on you and run a 90-yard touchdown just like Kyler can.
I don't think Deshaun's is as explosive as Kyler is.
I don't think that Deshaun
same offense that.
Yeah, I don't think that Deshaun is in that offense that Ramona's hitting that shit right on the head like that.
Give him D-Hop back and see what happens.
Yeah,
no, give him the offense. Give him a better offensive line.
Give him a better offensive coordinator that wasn't trying to kill him as the head coach and dummy Bill O'Brien. Like, get this guy to.
I've said this.
I'm not taking anything away from Deshaun Watson. What I mean by, I think Kyler is a more dynamic runner. I do.
When you say there's nobody out here like that, you're basically calling him the ultimate triple threat as a quarterback. And I'm saying to you, I don't think that's I think that's disrespectful. Number one, who Dennis said, Russell Wilson, which, by the way, if we honest, if y'all not scared of the Seahawks right now, y'all do know in 2 more weeks Josh Gordon come back, right?
Oh, snap.
This shit about to be a problem.
I forgot they get Flash Gordon.
In 2 more weeks.
Hold up.
Josh Gordon comes back without any guilt or overlay on what he can and cannot function under as far as the whole marijuana rule and all that shit. Like, that shit is out the way. So
who else they get too?
If y'all not scared,
you know who else they get?
Who else?
Snacks Harrison.
Oh, they get Harrison. Oh, yo. If y'all not scared of Seattle right now, I don't care who come out the AFC. If y'all not shook right now, especially after the beating that fucking Green Bay just took at the hands of the GOAT, yo.
Did anybody have Tampa Bay winning that game but me?
I did.
Marcus took Tampa Bay.
I took Tampa Bay myself because I said this. I said if I know one thing about Tom Brady, what I say, Ryan?
He don't like losing back-to-backs.
No. He don't like losing to Lil Kim.
Kellen.
I don't give a fuck about no damn back-to-back. He don't like losing to Lil Kim.
What?
You want to piss off Tom Brady?
I got to read some of these comments, guys. Let me go back and read just a few of these comments because they're lit up right now. Will and Mubber was saying missed tackles have to stop with Buffalo earlier. He's too small and underutilized. I'm not sure who you're talking about on that one, Will.
Might be Singletary.
Everybody on the panel's team got a losing record except Miss Di. How y'all going to talk about the Bills and we in first place in the AFC?
Oh, excuse me? My team is not. What are you talking about? My team is not. Doesn't have a losing record.
The team is going to win the division. But don't nobody want to hear that from me.
Y'all getting ahead of yourselves, but okay.
Ernest says he's not sold on our running game. My tight end's not being used enough. Will said we need to trade for Ngoku. Is that who that is?
Ngoku? Oh yeah.
David Njoku.
David Njoku. Yeah.
Cleveland, because he wants out of Cleveland right now. And after
there's a lot of personnel that wants out of Cleveland.
I was going to say probably half the team. Des said, "Is this the Bill show or Monday Night Matters?" Well, yeah, I said.
Well, we're covering the 2 games that we just saw.
Ronald Jones has been killing it, says Willem Bombard.
Ronald Jones,
and he says, "I don't see KC repeating either. Watch for Tennessee Pitt AFC title game."
I said the same thing.
He said what now? He said,
"I don't see KC repeating either. Watch for Tennessee Pitt AFC title game."
Tennessee Pittsburgh.
Helen says, "We know Dallas ain't going to the playoffs."
What did he say?
Dallas ain't going to the playoffs. That's for damn sure. He says.
We are going to the playoffs. Listen. We're gonna win.
Talk about. Hold on, Marcus. We get into the Cowboys later, Marcus. Hold on.
Yo, yo, he said with abrupt confidence, "Yeah, we're going to the playoffs."
No. What I'm saying is, I almost. You know what?
Like a motherfucker. I said
we'll get to that. Let's finish Bills case. Let's finish Bills case and we'll talk about that.
Marcus, that shirt got your vein in your forehead popping out, bro. Relax.
Right.
That was from him yelling at his TV earlier.
Oh God.
Let's see. Will says, "Hold on, Watson is just as explosive as Kyler Murray."
He's not. What's the longest run Deshaun Watson's ever had?
That's what he had a crazy wide receiver for the beginning of.
I'm not
Well,
talking.
and Kyler Murray's actually taking advantage of that wide receiver now. So
I'm talking about him throwing the ball, guys. I'm talking about Kyler Murray as far as he is a more dynamic runner.
Wait. Time out. Didn't Deshaun Watson rookie year he ran all over Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Wasn't that his first game in? When he ran off, didn't he do a 60-yard on Cincinnati his first game in? Marcus Betts, how
many times have we seen Kyler Murray just take off?
Only okay, but I'm gonna tell you what the difference is. Deshaun Watson actually hurt his knee in practice, which ended his rookie year. Am I right?
Yes.
After you go through a certain injury, certain things you don't do like that no more.
Since then, have we seen him?
No, you haven't. But he's a better passer.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't do that anymore.
But you were saying it like he never did it. And I had to bring you back to reality. He has done it.
Did it too? RG3. Can he do it now?
No, but okay, Kyler Murray's only in his second year, Marcus. He's only in his second year.
I understand, and we've seen him. He's a dynamic runner. That's all that I'm saying.
So
Deshaun Watson's an incredible quarterback. If I'm him, I'm going to the front office and I'm telling them this offseason they better get me some damn weapons. He shouldn't have signed that deal, in my opinion.
Marcus.
And I'm kind of curious. You're talking about the dynamics of these,
right? Because there's a lot of quarterbacks.
What about Lamar Jackson? Are we forgetting about this kid? Who?
No, I just said. What did I say?
Longest run of Deshaun's career is 49 yards.
Okay, and what is Kyler Murray's? Who has more rushing yards?
It's going to be Kyler Murray all the time.
Why would you equate who has?
Okay? Since you want to jump into it, okay, hold on. Since you want to jump into it, how many passes did he complete today, Marcus?
9.
He beat you
9 out of 24.
9 out of 24.
9 passes today. Is this a passing offense?
No.
Okay, Marcus. So what are you saying?
We're using the outlier as Dallas's defense. Okay, let's just Dallas's defense. We don't want to use them for any.
You're right. Dallas defense is horrible. Let's use a defense that we don't know who they are.
Hold on.
Where he threw in 3 interceptions.
Bro, hold on. Let's compare rookie years.
And he only played for like 4 or 5 games. Let's get that out the way too.
Yeah. Ramona, if you are running the show, so if I may, I'm asking permission.
Go ahead.
If I may. Okay. All right. So Kyler Murray's rookie year. This is last year, rookie year. His total completion percentage was 64.4 on 349 out of 542. He threw for 3,722 yards, 20 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, with his longest pass being 88 yards. And then he rushed.
He threw an 88-yard pass to last year. Who was that receiver?
That's a good question.
It must have been Christian Kirk, maybe?
That's what I think it was. I think it was Christian Kirk.
Was it Christian Kirk?
It had to be. Then it shows that he rushed in 2019 for 544 yards on 93 rushes. He almost had 100 rushes, bro.
And it was Isabella he threw the 88-yard pass to.
Oh, was Andy Isabella?
Yeah.
Isabella's a rookie this year. It couldn't have been.
Bro, he ran the ball
no
93. He ran the ball 93 times, bro.
Kyler Murray's 88-yard touchdown throw to Andy Isabella. What was it, October? It was in October 2019. So no, he's not a rookie. He was a rookie last year.
I thought Andy Isabella was he's from UMass or UConn.
So what about Deshaun Watson? Let me hear that.
So Kyler Murray started off the rip. So I'm going off of Deshaun's first year as a starter.
Oh, okay. So we ain't going off the
rip. He only played in 7 games his rookie year.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going off his first year as a starter. As a starter, Deshaun threw for 4,165 yards, 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He then rushed for 200 No, I'm going off his first year as a starter. He rushed for 551 yards on 99 carries. So technically, Deshaun Watson's a better quarterback on both plateaus. Technically, and he had more touchdowns. Kyler had 4 rushing touchdowns. Deshaun had 5.
Andy Isabella was out of Massachusetts.
Yeah, he was out of UMass. That's what I'm saying. When I think since his injury, since Deshaun's injury, I don't see that same explosiveness. That's what I'm saying.
I would agree with that, but
we know what he was coming. Yeah, we know what he was coming out of Clemson.
No, that was after the injury. He just read you stats after the injury.
Yeah, this was after the rookie year. This is his first year.
That was after the injury.
No, I don't think that when you look at them play, Kyler just looks quicker, shiftier.
No. You're right on that, Marcus.
That's what I'm trying.
You're right on those things, but when you say there's nothing like him in the league, I don't think you're just talking about running, are you?
No, I think the only person that can run like him at the quarterback position
is Lamar Jackson.
But
when you talk about the total package,
Deshaun Watson is a better quarterback than Kyler Murray. Maybe I'm not making myself clear. Russell Wilson is a better quarterback than Kyler Murray. What I'm saying is his explosiveness. Just because you're a good quarterback doesn't mean you're explosive.
I got you. I feel like I
Tom Brady's a better quarterback than Michael Vick, but Michael Vick is more explosive. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely feel like. Hold on, say that again. Who's a better quarterback than Michael Vick?
Tom Brady said.
Oh yeah,
Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's apples to oranges. I'm trying to keep the oranges in the same.
Cam Newton's an explosive athlete, but he's not per se a great quarterback. Is that fair?
Yeah, because of his accuracy issues. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm just saying, like, as it pertains to like being able to take over a game on your feet and through the air, I feel as though like Kyler Murray's it has the potential for being special, but I also feel like to an extent now, I could be wrong, and I'm admitting that I could be wrong, but I feel like to an extent, Kyler Murray is very restricted to the system.
Very.
Like if he ran a pro style offense.
You don't think without Cliff Kingsbury, you don't think he could?
No, I think that there are other systems in it. No, there are systems in the NFL that he could run Tennessee's system to a T. There are systems that he could run and do well. He could run Seattle's system to a T. There are systems that he would function in perfectly fine. Baltimore, he could run Baltimore's system to a T.
I think he would do real good with the Brown system.
I don't know about that because the head coach is still suspect to me. But all I'm saying,
you don't believe in Stefanski?
I don't.
I think he reminds me of a defensive coordinator. He's run heavy.
Yeah, if Stefanski doesn't do something,
to me, it seems like a defensive coordinator scheme. It's run heavy, and then you got a couple of reverses going on, and you may get a trick play that bombs here and everything like that. But it's not really. We're going to beat you through the air type of offense that it should be.
If Stefanski doesn't do anything with this roster in the next 2 years, he'll be gone because the new administration is not gonna stand for it.
And the bad thing is they're gonna blow that team up.
Yeah,
they're gonna blow up Cleveland.
Yeah, because the first thing they're gonna do is get rid of Baker, and then now you're paying OBJ, who's the diva of the NFL.
Yeah.
I can see this exploding just like this. You're gonna get rid of OBJ. You're gonna get rid of Baker. So Jarvis is gonna be upset.
You just brought up something, and I got to step in just real quick.
Go ahead, you got it.
Baker Mayfield.
Right.
I have said since he came into the NFL that he is not the quarterback everybody
You said
thought
it
he
to
was
me,
going to be.
and I was gonna wait until Talk You Was Tuesday, but I may have to say that I may be off the Baker Mayfield train.
Can I just say something real
Wait
quick?
a
Can I just say, if I were Cleveland, I would be looking to trade Baker Mayfield right now. And if I were Baker, I'd be looking to get traded to somewhere in Texas. Because whenever he's in Texas
Or close to it.
he balls out.
Right.
So I would be trying to get home by
Dallas.
any means necessary. Dallas, Houston. I don't.
Is the quarterback the problem in Dallas? Marcus?
Yes.
I don't know. The quarterback ain't the problem in Dallas, but I mean,
We're gonna talk about that. No, it's not.
Okay.
Look,
No, but wait. Hold on.
Let's wrap up. Let's wrap up.
Trust me.
I definitely want to talk about it because I saw all kind of comments. I'm just like,
Trust me, Ron. Let's let him talk about these Dallas Cowboys. I gotta go get me some tea because this gonna be.
Okay, before you wrap up the Bills, can I finally talk about the Bills?
We didn't even know you were here.
You
Thing was on mute.
Yeah, I wrote in the chat.
Let me mute my line because if you say something stupid, I'm gonna be yelling.
All right, go ahead.
Thanks, Devon. No, but I honestly, I mean, the game was honestly, Devon nailed it when the first thing he said. It was a continuation of last week. That was, I don't know. I mean, the second week in a row was on a more of a prime time game, and we could. I mean, Josh had a 51% completion percentage, and only threw for 122 yards. That's the second lowest rushing or throwing yard wise ever, other than week 5 of his rookie year. I mean, that was just. I mean, the deep. I was so frustrated because we had a chance to show against the Chiefs that we could hang with them. And to be frank with you, the score said 9. The score had 9, us losing by 9 points, but it felt like a lot more than that. Like you said, I'm glad it happened in week 6 and not week 16. But I was very frustrated. I was very frustrated with the way the whole team performed today. I don't know what the deal is, but.
I just
for a team like Kansas City, you cannot do stupid stuff. You cannot give them flats. You cannot, after the play is over, you cannot be given
those two late hit penalties were absolutely unnecessary. I was like, I saw those plays. I'm like, what are you doing? You're giving them 15 extra. You're giving them 15 extra yards and another 15 extra yards.
A team like Kansas City, they love that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When you give up flats and they feed off of that stuff.
Yeah.
Playing against the Kansas City Chiefs, you have to have, I won't say a perfect game, but a near perfect game. As far as, especially, you cannot be giving up those kind of penalties against this team who's going to take advantage of those penalties.
Mm-hmm.
This team takes advantage of it every time they get the ball. So,
the comparison that I make, the comparison that I make with the Kansas City Chiefs, they are the Golden State Warriors of football. They put so much pressure on you offensively that once you start getting down to them, like the Buffalo Bills, they're not a come from behind type team. The Bills are very structured. They run the ball. Josh Allen, the play breaks down, he takes off, play good defense. They're not the kind of team that's really designed to play from behind. They're not a quick strike offense. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's kind of like the way that whenever Golden State, when they're when they're firing on all cylinders, they put a lot of pressure on you because it's like, three here. They'll go on a 18 to 3 run, and then you're just you're scrambling for the rest of the game trying to catch up with them. So
all right, Kellen says that's not why we lost, though. Get to the facts. All right, here's your facts. Here's your facts, Kellen. You couldn't run the ball against this team.
You couldn't stop the run.
You had Josh Allen, who had more yards per running the football on 8 carries than your 2 running backs. So you couldn't run the ball. Josh Allen finished 14 of 27, 122 yards. Granted, he had 2 touchdowns. But the point being is, when you can't run the ball and your quarterback's having to try and get first downs for you because your running backs are not getting first downs for you. His passing game wasn't the greatest tonight. Granted, you guys had some injuries. I get that. But Stephon Diggs was 6 for 46 yards and a touchdown. Cole Beasley was four receptions for like 40, 42, 43 yards, something like that, and a touchdown. Singletary was 1 for 13 yards. Tyler Croft was like 1 for 5. Who was that? The Brown. What's that kid's name?
John Brown.
John, I didn't even see this kid get a reception in the game.
No, he didn't.
He looked a little gimpy to me tonight. He was kind of limping.
He was injured going into the game. He was questionable going into that game.
Right. So I didn't see but like 1 sack in the game, and I can't remember who got to Mahomes in that game. So I didn't see a whole lot of pressure on Mahomes at all. I did see him take off running, but it's because he didn't have any receivers open. So I just want to know what Kellen. Why do you think y'all lost this game tonight, Kellen? I'm just curious.
And Mario Addison, he's the one who sacked Patrick Mahomes.
That's it. That was him. Yeah, Mario. So I don't know. I just, like I said, we are not dealing with the same defense that the Bills had last season.
No.
It's just not the same defense you guys had last year, and I think that isn't.
No, you're right. It's
to your gaming. I think that's why you lost against Tennessee Titans.
Are they still top 10 though? Are they still top 10?
No. Our defense is like in the 20. Our defense is like 28 or something.
Against Glenn, they're probably around 25, 26.
Dang. Y'all want to go to the next game?
It doesn't matter if you have a shutdown cornerback if you can't stop the run.
That's right.
It doesn't matter. All right, so moving on to the next game.
And Kellen said they got out coached tonight too. So
okay.
So moving on to the next game, the
Dallas Cowboys,
the Cowboys and the Cardinals. I'll give my take on it. I'll let y'all go, and then I'll give my take on it. So, fire.
Go ahead, Ron.
Well, Zeke don't look like himself no more. He fumbled the ball. And
I think somebody said he's got 6 fumbles.
That fumble was just a hell of a defensive play.
Yeah, but
It was a hell of a defensive play.
Let's
talk about it.
He did have. You talking about both of them, Ramona?
Both of them.
And I get that, but no, I'm talking about the first one. But my point is this: when you make that team one dimensional, and that's what happened when they lost Dak.
Right.
They went one dimensional. Andy Dalton threw 2 interceptions. The guy's got some rust on him. Okay, he's been riding the bench.
I gotta say this.
Wait,
Dennis,
wait. What did you say? I'm sorry. Did you say there was a problem with the quarterback? Did you say it was some rust on him?
Do you know what?
Because I went, hold on, Marcus, hold on, Marcus. Because I heard a guy that said, I ain't paying nobody that can't be a force multiplier. Anybody ever heard about that guy that said that? Because he told me that Dak Prescott is not a force multiplier. I know if Dak Prescott would have played today, that game would have been a lot closer. I know that.
They still would have lost.
but I'm not gonna say
You
who
don't
said
think,
it.
hang on. You don't think with Ezekiel Elliott having back-to-back fumbles, you don't think
Well, he wouldn't have got the ball that. First of all, he wouldn't have got the ball that much because Dak would have been completing passes. He don't run the ball that much when Dak Prescott plays. That's a fact.
That's
Y'all
fair.
told me
That's fair.
then they're gonna run the ball more, so they're gonna win more games. I said that offensive line is depleted. I know what a depleted offensive line look like. I watch them every Sunday. I know what it looks like. I know when you go from being the all pro.
So you're admitting that they have a depleted offensive line. So
I've said this. Marcus, have I not said this to you?
what quarterback you have back there? If they're
Marcus,
no,
isn't that the reason why I said that y'all wasn't gonna win that many games? Are you not listening? I said you have no offensive line. Your best defensive tackle quit on you in the first day of practice. He faked the injury and quit on you the first day of practice. Okay? Your linebackers are great. You got great linebackers, but offensive linemen gonna keep touching them because you got no beef up front. Now you got no beef to even block the red-head rifle. He gonna be benched by his birthday for a guy named DiNucci or something like that.
Again.
I'm just saying, but I'm gonna drink my water though, because I can't have no tea because we are on live.
Ramona, what you got? What'd you see?
Well, I didn't get to watch the whole game. I didn't. But just going over and watching some of the highlights of the game, seeing the 12 carries for 49 yards. You couldn't run the football against their defense. And I've not been sold on the Cardinals defense, but I guess they must have done a pretty decent job. Pollard had like 31 yards tonight. So what y'all have? Maybe a total 85 yards on the ground?
Something like that.
Yeah. The passing game wasn't as bad as what it looked, except for the interceptions. But I think they didn't get Gallup in there enough. I think Gallup didn't get enough receptions. Cooper had like 80 yards receiving in the game. CeeDee Lamb had around 65 or 70, something like that. So, but I really thought Michael Gallup was going to be his go-to guy. I thought that was going to be the guy who was moving the ball down the field, moving the goalpost kind of thing. You even mentioned that. You thought that's what was going to happen, that you thought they would go with Gallup. And so that's what I kept watching for, and he was pretty non-existent. I mean, I think he had about 24, 25 yards, something like that.
He dropped the wide open touchdown right before halftime.
Yeah. Ezekiel Elliott, I thought maybe him doing some more screen passes, catching out of the backfield. I thought that would have been more motivation of helping him open up maybe a deeper passing route for Andy Dalton. But, yeah. And like I said, I still think Andy, the guy was 34 out of 54 passes. To me, that's throwing the ball way too damn much for somebody who's been sitting on the bench, who's rusty, who is stepping in for the first game. I think that they should have ran the ball more. But they didn't. I think that I think there was probably maybe 30 running plays in that game in total. But I understand when you get behind the way you guys got behind, you can't run the ball. You have to throw the ball to get it down the field. You got to, got to try to get the points on the board, and that hurt you.
Yeah.
So,
you can't run yourself back into a lead.
And your defense sucks.
And the defense sucks. Dalton, what did you see?
Well, when I see it, I mean, Colin Murray. I mean, at first him, Andy Isbell, and DeAndre Hopkins, they weren't getting on the same page. I mean, not in completion of 24 attempts. I mean, that's unacceptable. I mean, he's got to do better. I mean, I know he's like a mobile quarterback. Like he did a rushing touchdown. I mean, Kenyon Drake had 2 rushing touchdowns. And by the way, shout out to Buda Baker. He came in the league since 2017. He finally got his first career interception. And Ezekiel Elliott, I mean, he fumbled twice. I mean, he didn't get 100 yards. Like what Ramon said about Michael Gallup and their defense secondary, their suspects. To be honest with you, if I'm Jerry Jones, I'm going to try and give me like a secondary player like Earl Thomas. And I was going to say Eric Berry, though, but I get it. Like, he's been injury prone. I mean, and they've been talking about trading Justin Simmons, and I get what you're saying, Marcus. I mean, you don't want to lose a first-round pick, though.
And here's the reason, and I'll get to that with the Justin. D, what did you see?
You said, what did I see?
What did you see with the game tonight? And then I'll give my take on it. Ethan,
All right.
are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead.
Ethan, you want to go first before I go? I want to go right before Marcus.
No, go ahead. Oh, okay. My biggest thing was when I was watching that game was thinking back to what somebody in this panel said. We've seen Dak without Zeke. Now we're about to see Zeke without Dak.
Preach, goddamn it, Ethan! Preach, goddamn it! Preach, goddamn it! Oh, we won. Let's go, baby.
I told you I listened.
I would like to make a response to Kellen.
Okay.
Kellen says, "Run the ball." ... We in a passing league. Well, I'm gonna tell you something, Kellen. If you can't run the football, your passing game is not gonna do what you think it's gonna do. You got to be able to do a little bit of both.
I'm trying to be nice to Kellen, but Kellen, our team cannot run the ball, so I'm not going down that road today. But anyway, on the I mean, yeah, like Dalton said, as far as the Cardinals side, it took a little while for Kyler to get on the same page with his receivers, but once he was able to settle that, once he was able to, the first few drives, he was able to work out the kinks there, and then he took the Cowboys to school after that. So I do agree with what Ramona said too. I don't understand. I know that Zeke was running or was fumbling the ball and such, but I still don't understand why Andy Dalton, who's been sitting, was passing 50 times. That doesn't seem like a recipe for success. But go ahead, Stanfield.
I'm gonna read. D before you go. I'm gonna read a couple of comments here. Let me see here.
Yes, please. Because especially Kellen's last comment. I'm going to read it real quick.
He said,
I'm Jerry Jones. I'm trading Zeke for draft cap and players to improve the defense.
Oh my God!
What in the blue?
You know where this is going, right, Ramona? Ramona, you know where this is going, right?
Bucks are a dime a dozen.
No. Let them finish.
Let me read Des Cartier's comment first. He said,
Wait. Read that again, Ramona. Just one time, please. Okay. I need to remember this comment.
If I'm Jerry Jones, I am trading Zeke for draft cap and players to improve the D.
I might have to agree with that.
Dennis, archive that. Archive that, please. Okay.
We'll have to Kellen for the culture. I'm gonna have to.
No. Don't comment on it. I said archive it because you've already spoken. Don't worry. I got you.
Des Cartier says you can't do anything when the O-line is as depleted as Dallas. It's that simple. They went from arguably the best line for 3 years span where all pros to what they have now. It's tough offensively.
Yo, y'all sound stupid.
It's tough offensively. He goes, I hate Dallas with a I hate Dallas with a passion. And
Yes,
then let's see here.
I'm sorry.
Anybody looking for a man? I'm going to say
Okay.
this:
So,
if they would bench Carson Wentz and put Hurts in there, I think the Eagles win that division.
go ahead, D, and then I'll give my take at the end. Go ahead, D.
This is exactly why I signed on to Monday Night Madness tonight, because I knew that Kellen for the Culture or somebody of that stature would give me exactly what I needed. Marcus, this is exactly how I feel about the Cowboys, specifically Jerry Jones.
I know you like to think your shit don't stink, but lean a little bit closer, see roses really smell like boo. Yeah, roses really smell like boo.
I love that. Wait. One more time. Dak Prescott. One more time with Dak Prescott. Humble Dakota. God damn it. One more time. Hit it again.
I gotta have some Windex now. Thank you. I
know you like to think your shit don't stink, but lean a little bit closer, see the roses really smell like boo. Yeah, roses really smell like boo.
I'm gonna start.
Okay. All right. Now on to my take. Dennis Holmes, I said I got you, right?
Did you got me?
Do you recall about 8.5 months ago when there was a specific argument over how Ezekiel Elliott was better than Dalvin Cook and Joe Mixon?
I did that argument.
I agree with that one.
If we remove Dalvin Cook out of the conversation, is it clear that Joe Mixon has a worse offensive line than goddamn Zeke Elliott?
It is clear. It's clear as day.
And there's less talent there, right? So that means there's nobody to take the focus off of Joe Mixon, right? You will have your turn, sir.
Okay. Reclaiming your time.
Who's leading in rushing between Joe Mixon and Ezekiel Elliott?
Wow.
Joe Willie. With Joe Willie Nixon, with a rookie quarterback, right? And just out of curiosity, they got the same record, don't they?
Same record.
Kellen for the Culture, thank you very much. I told Marcus last year he needed to consider trading Ezekiel Elliott.
Now, last year I wouldn't have agreed, but
I know that y'all didn't agree, but I said you're going to get the optimum trade value out of Zeke right now if you trade him right now and shore up your offense and defensive line. And the reason I said that is because that year, as much as I hate to give this guy credit, Skip Bayless said he went to practice 3 times last year and does not feel the same about Zeke that he felt about him 2 years ago.
Right.
For a devout Dallas Cowboys fan to say that,
before you
means
go, Marcus,
something.
I got one more thing to say too.
Can you shut up until I finish? I let you talk. I gave you the red carpet. I ushered you in.
Go ahead and finish.
Thank you for the permission, Ethan.
Are you done? If you're done whining,
I'm just saying, like we had this conversation around Ezekiel Elliott. We've been having it for the last 2 years. This is not about Ezekiel Elliott. This is about Jerry Jones's lack of ability to get the fuck out of the way and let your football people be football people, man. At the end of the day, I would have loved to have CeeDee Lamb on my team. And obviously it's helping out Dak because we just talked. Somebody just said that Dallas Cowboy got a shitty offensive line. What did I expect? Well, but prior to Dak going down, they was throwing 400 and 500 yard games. And they were in these games putting up 30 points per night. So that's what I expect. And then you talking about you got the Red River guy following him up like he's going to take the starting position. I guess you got exactly what you asked for. So even if Dak is hurting in his hospital bed right now, I hope he's laughing his motherfucking ass off, and I'm signing out on that.
Wow.
Hey, I got one thing before you go, Marcus.
Go ahead.
I was listening to the broadcast, and I heard Lisa Salters was saying how she was talking to Dak during the week or whatever. He's like, and he had said to her, "Oh, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about the." I said, "I'm not worried about the fumbles. I'm not going to fumble anymore." And he had 2 tonight, so I think he jinxed himself.
He also said he also said he wasn't gonna get into no more trouble right before he grabbed that girl's breast on national TV.
Before you go, Marcus.
All right, so Marcus, are you going to finish up with the Cowboys game?
I am. Okay, first off, as far as with Dalvin Cook, before the Cowboys got Amari Cooper, who had the better receiving core? The Vikings or the Cowboys?
No, he said he took the Vikings out of it.
I took the Vikings out of the conversation, but yeah. I said just take the Vikings out because
Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen
we took the Vikings out of it.
I took the Vikings out of the conversation when I brought that up because and I only mentioned that part of the conversation because I knew if I said Dalvin Cook, you would remember me saying
yes.
Dalvin Cook, Joe Mixon, and Nick Chubb are all better than Ezekiel Elliott right now. I said all 3 of them.
I don't think Nick Chubb is. I don't think Joe Mixon. Look, Ezekiel Elliott has 2 rushing championships. Offensive Rookie of the Year.
What have you done for me lately?
As far as people second guessing, should the Cowboys have went defense in the first round? Who did I want? Who did I want? Who did I say that I wanted in the first round? Dennis, you did the draft show with me. Who did I say that I wanted?
It was the cornerback or Isaiah Washington, right?
No, it was K'Lavon Chaisson he wanted.
No.
It was the cornerback from Ohio State or Isaiah Washington. I remember that conversation.
So all of the players that I wanted got scooped up. All the players that I wanted got scooped up like immediately. The player right before we drafted AJ Terrell.
Yeah.
All of those, CJ Henderson was gone.
CJ Henderson is who you wanted. You wanted CJ Henderson.
I said I wanted CJ Henderson. It's like, look, you got to draft who's there.
Yeah.
Now I still think that Trayvon Diggs is going to be a hell of
Isaiah Simmons. Oh, okay.
Isaiah Simmons. That's what it was. That's what it was. It was Isaiah Simmons. He says CJ or Isaiah. The boy from Clemson.
But neither one of them was going to be there when you draft.
Ohio State boy almost
was going to be there at 16.
Ohio State boy almost made it to him.
We did mock. How many mock drafts did we do where CJ Henderson was still there?
Yeah, CJ almost made it to him.
CJ almost made it to us. AJ Terrell almost. I said Javon Kinlaw. I said I wouldn't have minded Javon Kinlaw.
I remember you said. You said worst come to worst, you'll take K'Lavon Chaisson.
Exactly. So all of these players were gone. They were gone. I mean, it's like
I remember you said K'Lavon Chaisson. I don't think was gone.
And can we be honest about Trayvon Diggs? The only reason he's not good right now is they're asking him to do stuff that he's not accustomed to doing.
Honestly,
Trayvon Diggs. I think Trayvon Diggs, considering the situation he's being put in, he's not a bad corner.
He's not a bad corner. He's an Alabama guy, so you know he's got the IQ, and he's still playing outside of his realm of comfort. So when he gets up to speed.
Yeah, I think he's doing good. It's just he's a rookie and he's getting cooked. Generally, unless you're damn Deion Sanders, rookie cornerbacks, you're not just going to come in there. Even the boy Okuda up with Detroit, he ain't doing nothing. He was like the first defensive back off the board. He ain't doing nothing up there.
Even Patrick Peterson got picked a couple times his rookie year.
Against your little special quarterback that you keep talking about, he got 2 interceptions on him.
I'm just saying, like it's. Come on now. I mean, it's like when you're wanting certain players and they're gone. I mean, what else can you do now?
I'm not hating on Diggs. What I'm saying about Diggs is and I gotta thank Rashawn for this because he told me to start looking at him week to week, and you can see he's getting better. And I gotta admit, he is getting better week to week. I have to admit that. I
said AJ Terrell. I said CJ Henderson.
Yeah, we have a whole lot more games to go over.
We got 2 games. We're only covering these 2 games. What other games?
Monday Night Madness always covers the games of the weekend.
Yeah. He covers the games of the weekend too.
Not just the 2 games on Monday night.
Oh, I thought we were just doing.
There's usually only one game.
Only reason why I just thought y'all was just doing these 2 games because on Friday Y'all cover all the games.
But we cover the
Like
games
on
before
Tuesday,
they're
we don't cover
played.
the games.
We cover the games before they're played.
Oh, I thought y'all covered the games that was played, and then y'all go.
Nah,
to
go ahead and continue through the continue through the recap, Ramona.
Well, yeah,
let Marcus finish his
let
college
Marcus
league
finish
rant.
though.
right.
But as far as Andy Dalton, I think Andy Dalton, he's gonna, like what Ramona was saying, that he's gonna, when you're a backup quarterback, you're not getting any reps. I think it's gonna be a couple of weeks before, but it doesn't matter if your offensive line. People keep saying, "Oh, he sucks." What is Andy Dalton? It's like, dude, you're missing your left tackle, your right tackle, your center, and then tonight they lost Zach Martin. Every single one of your first round picks on the offensive line is gone. I'm like at the point now where I'm almost just like, I don't want to say tank the season, but it's like if you make the playoffs, instead of getting a top 10 pick, if you make the playoffs, you're picking in the 20s.
Right.
You're picking in the 20s, so it's like, I just don't know.
Marcus, are you tanking for Trevor right now or what?
No, I don't.
I'll think he is.
I don't. I mean, if we were able to get Trevor Lawrence,
you got to say it right. Donovan, you got to say it right.
I hope Trevor Lawrence doesn't go to Dallas. Y'all just ruin him like y'all do everything else.
He wouldn't ruin them any worse than the Jets would. If the Jets are picking him, I'm pulling the John Elway or Eli Manning.
Eddie V. Hill said the Cowboys have been tanking since '96.
Damn.
God. I ain't say that, but I am gonna say y'all cursed like when last time when y'all did that to my cousin Quincy. So
okay, we're gonna go and discuss the Rams Niners game.
Well, before Ramon said something, y'all gotta realize this. I mean, the Cardinals. I mean, they still have Mike McCarthy's number. I mean, because remember they keep beating him when he was a Packers head coach, and now
he got fired, right?
Got fired.
Shout out to Chuck Flair. Shout out to Buck Flair for that one.
And also, prayers for Zach Martin, and also give credit for the defense when they lost Chandler Jones for out for the year. I mean, I get it's one game though, but they did pretty good without Chandler Jones.
True.
I don't know, but I thought was Buda Baker? Is that his name?
Yeah, Buda Baker.
That dude, he was to me, he was the MVP of the game. That dude was wrecking.
Oh yeah, he was MVP in that game.
All right, Ramona, let's do it. Wrap it up Sunday.
We're gonna go to the Rams Niners game. I actually picked the Rams to win that game, and then I went back and changed it to the Niners because I thought that defense is still there. I'm still not sold on Garoppolo. But, looking at the stats of that game, I didn't get to watch that game. I was actually out sightseeing. But looking at the stats of the game, Jared Goff was 19 of 38, 2 touchdowns and an interception, 198 yards. And Garoppolo was 23 of 33, 268 yards and 3 touchdown passes. So he actually had a pretty decent game.
Yeah, why y'all lie? Dennis Holmes and Andre the Torch Robinson.
What we lie about?
I asked y'all. I said I think Jimmy G is only benched for that game because they think he's still hurt, and y'all said no, he's going for the season.
No, they said he was benched for the next week.
Bro, they never
said that.
They never said that. I told you exactly what they said.
They said they would protect him
protecting him because it looks like he still is not 100%. And that combined with the fact that the offensive line couldn't protect nobody, they had to get him out of there.
Okay, I was wrong. Let me say that I was wrong.
Just blatant lies, man. Jesus Christ.
Can we go to the next game? Because
not everybody even went, dude.
I want to ask something about that game, though, Ramona.
Okay, go ahead.
Can we say that? Is it fair to say that Jimmy G is not a good quarterback? Can we? Or is it
whoa.
He had a really good game.
Whoa.
He had a really good game. So I don't know how you can say that.
19 to 38 is a good game.
No, that was Goff.
That was Goff.
Oh, Goff. What did Jimmy G have?
Hold on.
You can't just look at stats and just like, oh, he did. I
Jimmy
saw
G played a decent game, bro.
Jimmy G actually had 23 of 33, 268 yards, and 3 touchdown passes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
He had something like a 70%
the
70% completion rating.
the Rams though. I've just never been sold on Jimmy G.
I'm
I
not
never.
you gotta chill,
really
bro.
judge him based on this game.
You gotta chill, man. You can't judge him based off of
this game.
First of all, you gotta give us a breakdown of what you mean when you say good to great. Because nobody really understand. Like when you say he's not a good quarterback, bro, there's he's a good quarterback. There are a lot of quarterbacks out there that are not good, that are starters, and he's better than Mitchell Trubisky. He's not a starter though. Nick Foles is a starter.
Now he is.
Okay. So we're talking about starters. We're talking about starters. Stay focused, bro. Stay focused.
I am focused.
You know who's not a star. You know who's a starter who's not as good as Jimmy G that everybody keep bigging up like he the best thing since sliced bread. Goddamn Kyle Allen and goddamn Gardner Minshew. All his talk from last year. All these guys, they came out of nowhere. Well, they're going back to nowhere.
And maybe even Baker Mayfield too.
And it's possible that Baker Mayfield could end up back there as well. It is very, very possible. I am. Go ahead.
We'll go ahead and go to the next game.
Jimmy G is the weakest link in that team.
And that's the Miami Dolphins Jets game. We knew what was going to happen in that game.
Can I say it for everybody? Can I say it? Y'all want me to say it?
Say it.
Should I say it?
Yeah. Say it.
Ain't nobody care about this damn game. Let's just let it right now, right?
That's we wasn't going to be talking about it long.
What game is this?
The Jets Dolphins.
Yeah, ain't nobody care about.
Oh, you know what I cared about that game?
What?
Tua Tagovailoa goes 2 for 2 for 9 yards passing, and has shown you glimpses of what to look forward to in about a year and a half to 2 years.
I'm gonna tell you something.
And
Dolphins
he
are
looked
dangerous in the next couple of years.
Been saying it. Been saying it.
That in the offseason.
I'm a Pack fan, man. I'm telling you, I'm a Tua fan. So
is he the best quarterback?
And the thing about it is, they still got a whole bunch of salary cap, and they got 2 first-round draft picks.
No, they got a first-round draft pick in 2020 from Pittsburgh. Not next year. It was this year.
No, but I think they got another one for somebody else.
Oh, they may have, but they didn't get it from Pittsburgh. He mentioned it.
They got it
from the Texans.
Larry Tunsil from the Texans. Okay. They have 2 first-round draft picks again next year. That's what I was saying.
I will give.
So
also they had they're in second place in the AFC East.
Let's talk about the Denver New England game.
Woo! That was a weird ass game. I'll tell you that right now. This was a weird ass fantasy week. Let's get that out the way.
Yes, it was.
It was a weird ass fantasy.
Yes, it was.
Brandon McMahon.
I just want to say, if you had Derrick Henry or you played against Derrick Henry,
I feel sorry for you.
He either really, really, really helped you, or he destroyed all your hopes and dreams for this week. And I was on the receiving end. And I was on the receiving end of that this week.
How many points he had?
He had damn near 50 points by himself.
Yeah, 57 in my league.
Wow.
A damn 99-yard touchdown.
Yeah, 80.
I mean, he just...
Nobody saw that shit coming.
It seemed like he do that to them all the time.
No, it's usually the Jaguars.
All right, so the Denver Broncos New England Patriot game. I think most everybody had taken the Patriots to win that game.
No, I picked the Broncos.
I did not.
Okay. Well,
but no, I think the MVP of that game is Brendan McManus.
That game was actually, I got to watch some of that game, and it was just kind of boring as hell.
To me, it was boring, though. I have to agree with you on that, Ramona.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty boring game.
Well, I think Well, I think the Broncos got lucky because in the fourth quarter, like in 3 minutes, like instead of running the ball, I mean, Drew Lock, for interception, the Patriots got the ball back, and it was on fourth down, like a minute or something. The Broncos defense, I mean, they stopped the Cam Newton. I mean, it was an incomplete pass, and they somehow survived to win it.
So we're gonna move on to the Pats Bucks game.
Hold on, Ramona. Hold on, Ramona.
Okay,
Is it just me, or is Cam Newton cursed against all Denver Bronco games?
I think Cam Newton's cursed too.
Yeah, I was about to ask the same question, Devon.
Yo, he cannot play well against the Broncos to save his life. And it is a curse because of bad sportsmanship from that Super Bowl, and he will never play well against them. Shout out to Jerry Jeudy. He's better than CeeDee Lamb. That's all I got to say.
Watch your mouth.
Okay. I'm gonna admit I took the Packers in this game.
I did too.
Yeah, I did too.
I did not.
I did not. I did not take the Packers in this game because I said
I did not either.
Because I said the Packers will not win that division. But there's a lot of people that do.
I'm not going that far.
but I am the only one that believes in Lil Kim around here. So
they're gonna be calling Nick Foles Dop at the end of that. At the end of the season, they'll be calling Nick Foles Dop. Dry ass pussy.
Wow.
Let's remember this is a
SEC.
It's a family show, guys. It's a family show.
It's a network
This is a network show.
If you think that there are anybody that going through COVID that don't know about the song WAP.
Oh, geez. All right, let's go. Let's keep going.
All right, so the Tampa Bay Buck game, like I said, that one shocked me. I didn't think it was going to be a blowout either way. I thought it was going to be a close game.
I'm gonna tell you who fucked the game up. Y'all want to fuck the game up? I can tell you right now.
It's a family show, Dennis.
This
family show.
This right here. I didn't know what this was, but this was the end of Green Bay right here. Them little two pumps. That was it.
I'm gonna tell you when the game ended for Green Bay. Ramona, you didn't see this coming?
Well, let me tell you, I did because I know Aaron Rodgers always has like one really bad game.
Mm-hmm. It's usually in San Francisco, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Usually it's the 49ers, not
Right.
the Tampa Bay Bucks. But then, I'm not putting in the equation of the GOAT playing in Tampa. So, and I guess I still, yeah, I just, and usually on their bad game that Rodgers has got to have a bad. I usually know when it's coming,
Right.
and I just didn't see this one.
The only
I thought this would be a lot closer.
Go ahead, Ethan.
I said, I was saying the same thing as what she said a minute ago. I thought, if anything, that if they were going to lose, it would be a close game, not no blowout.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a close game, too. I didn't expect it was going to be a blowout.
All right, so
the only reason I said that they were going to win this game, Green Bay was playing away from home. Devontae Adams is coming off of what they don't want to identify as an injury, so he's playing hurt. I told y'all Aaron Jones wasn't what y'all called him last year, and you are seeing exactly what I was talking about. And then on top of that, what changed the game, because Green Bay was moving the ball, what changed the game is when that pocket collapsed and Aaron Rodgers came around the left side of that tackle and Ndamukong Suh pushed his ass into the ground, like into the earth's core, and he had to climb up out of that shit, and then he was talking shit to him. That's what changed that game, because Aaron Rodgers started talking back and forth with Ndamukong Suh.
To be fair, I think that it should not have come down to him talking trash to Sue. One of his offensive linemen should have stepped up and gone, "Hey, you don't talk to my quarterback like that," something like that. But
have you ever seen Ndamukong Suh?
Not up close and personal, but I've seen him.
Guy while he was on the ground with.
That's a big, scary dude, man. You can't just come at that dude by yourself. You need to bring the whole offensive line to go at that dude. And he a dirty player.
Until the Packers decide. Exactly. Until they
Blair said when Aaron Jones said his quarterback knows when it's fourth down, Bucks revenge.
The fifth down catastrophe. Bears win.
Oh, they've got to go. They have got to go. We
Yeah,
keep seeing the
wide
same thing
receiver.
when they lose a game. It's because the other team they take Devontae Adams out of the game. You've got to go find another threat on the other side.
Do you see the Packers going back to their old Super Bowl winning ways and take a troublesome wide receiver and bring him to Green Bay and get a
No.
Now here's my
I'll
problem with
Antonio Brown.
What's your? I can't hear you, Ramon. What'd you say?
Here's my problem with the Green Bay Packers. I think during the draft, we knew what the Packers were going to be this season. And don't get me wrong, I still think they're going to win that division. I really do.
So do I.
But here's my problem. I don't think that Aaron Rodgers will be the quarterback by the end of the season.
Oh.
Ooh.
I think that I think Aaron Rodgers is going to end up getting hurt.
Oh.
And
Ooh.
they're going to have to fit that rookie quarterback in.
You think they're going to put Jordan Love in the game?
I think they'll have to put him
And then he'll never get his job back?
And that'll be the end of Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay.
That bad, man?
And I think that'll be the best thing for Aaron Rodgers if he doesn't retire.
He's going to be at the
But I don't think he'll retire. But I think there are a lot of teams out there who could absolutely do something with Aaron Rodgers behind the helm. To me, the Packers wrote his retirement check when they instead of getting him help on that team to throw the football to, they first pick
quarterback.
So Ramona, you see a San Diego Chargers Part 2.
Oh no, I see a Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers Part 2.
Part 2, right? I called that, but Ramona, I just want to say this though, Ramona. I heard a guy on this show say, usually when they draft a quarterback in the first round or the second round, that usually means that your time is going to be up on that team. And I just want to know, is it really up, or do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to survive for another year?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he will. I don't think he'll survive this season.
Oh, dang.
So
I think that he's going to be trying to win these games without any help in the receiving board that he should have gotten in the draft. And I think that as he's trying to make these plays happen, he's going to get hurt.
So you're saying Love is going to contact Herbert on how to get a starting position?
I'm telling you, I don't think things are going to end well with Green Bay.
Yeah, but he's not going to reach out to the team doctors.
If I were Green Bay during the draft, this is what I would have done. I would have picked up Josh Rosen. I would have picked up Josh Rosen.
Nope.
And with that first round pick, I would have drafted a wide receiver.
If
you start looking for a quarterback for the future, I think Josh Rosen has a lot of Aaron Rodgers in him. I'm not saying he's Aaron Rodgers. He has a lot of Aaron Rodgers in him.
He does. No, Josh Rosen. Nah, man. He's not the answer.
He got the same.
Reason why nobody really wants him.
He got the same type of arm talent.
That's what I'm saying.
He don't got the heart, man.
And he
don't care. He don't care about football.
And they would have. I would have drafted Chase Claypool in the first round, but fortunately, the Steelers
didn't they draft Aaron Rodgers 2 years before they played him?
Yep. 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
He had to sit behind the great Brett Favre.
Even if they did,
what game was it that Aaron Rodgers got in? I think Brett Favre got injured in the Cowboys game, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Brett Favre.
And it was Romo versus Aaron Rodgers.
And Rodgers kicked their ass. I remember that game well. Because I've always been a Cowboy hater, just so you know.
Well.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next game.
Let's go to the next game.
The next game is to me, was probably one of the best games of the weekend, and that was the Houston Texans Tennessee Titans game.
Yeah, shout out to Romeo Cannell, boy. He got them boys playing.
I'm gonna tell you something. The Texans kind of shocked me. Deshaun Watson never shocks me because I've always liked the kid. But you go and you look at what the Texans were able to do and come back and almost win this game, take it into overtime. And, Tannehill, people have got to start giving this guy credit. This kid is a quarterback, and he is accurate. He is accurate. He's a very accurate quarterback, but he doesn't get the kudos that Deshaun Watson gets. Or even Josh Allen, and I think he's better than Josh Allen.
You think he's better than Garoppolo?
Oh yeah, I do think he's better than.
Yeah.
Garoppolo.
Okay.
Yep, I sure do. And he's young. I mean, to me, he's still got a lot of room for improvement.
He ain't that young. He came out the same year as
Well, but I'm just saying, this Tennessee Titans team is here to stay for a few more years.
He's about the same age as Nick Foles, ain't he?
Who?
He come out the same draft as Nick Foles?
Who?
Yeah, he came in the league since 2012.
Yeah, he was in the draft for Nick Foles, I think. Him and
Oh, and see, I thought he was younger than that. I really.
no, he was with Nick Foles and Russell Wilson, Andrew
Andrew
Luck,
Luck,
RG3.
RG3, Brandon Whedon.
Yeah.
And like I said, I absolutely thought.
Brandon Whedon.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know who Brandon Whedon is? Because you about to get to a little reminiscence shit. Okay?
Derrick Henry's game. I mean, you can't ask for any more. 212 yards in this game on 22 carries.
That's old school football right there.
Oh yeah, and I love that kind of a running back.
That's that old school Titans football right there, boy. That's that Eddie George.
That used to be that old timey Pittsburgh Steelers running
Hey,
game.
I got a question for y'all. Is Derrick Henry just a dime a dozen?
No.
No, he's not.
I was still trying to figure out why was he a second round?
How is that a conversation?
Oh, Eddie V. Hill, don't leave. We're getting ready to talk about the Steelers thing.
I did that for a specific reason.
I know why he did that. That was for the coach.
Someone said
That
he always said.
I know why he did it. It was for the coach.
Yeah, that was your Kellen. But I thought that game, I watched that game, and I'm going to tell you something. I found myself rooting for Deshaun Watson and the Texans.
It's hard to root against him. I mean, he's really a good guy, and you hate to see certain players.
I wanted Tennessee to take a loss, man. Come on.
There's just certain players, like, how can you root against them? You know what I'm saying? I mean, not that just they're a good player, but also that they're just like Deshaun Watson's just a very easy person to like.
Yep.
Well, like I said, I really wanted them to take a loss, and that way there wouldn't be but one undefeated team. Well, two undefeated teams. Because Seattle and Pittsburgh and Tennessee are still undefeated right now. So there was a little bit of, reason why I wanted them to get beat.
All right, so who's on the next game?
All right, so the next game up, I'm just scrolling backwards, and let's see here. Bucks, Texans. Oh, well, that would be my Browns, my Steelers, and my Browns game. All right, and just so I can put it out there, I had a great weekend in sports.
Oh shit!
My Dodgers are going to the World Series. Bama, my Bama team, my Bama boys won this weekend. They beat the Georgia Bulldogs. Woo yeah! And
Roll Tide.
And let me tell you, beating the Browns the way we beat the Browns, and I don't even hate the Browns. They're not the team. They're just not the right. But they've been rivals all my life that I've been a Steeler fan. So All my cousins in Ohio kiss my ass. I was born just outside of Cleveland, and I am a Steelers fan. They are all Cleveland Browns fans. They can all kiss my ass.
Well, I
And
had a high hope for Cleveland because I said, it's a different Browns team. They're actually playing. They're having fun. They're winning games. They're enjoying football. And I said to start the week off, if you want to be known and get your establishment, you have to beat the bullies on the block.
To be the
I'm going
man,
to tell you something.
You gotta beat the man.
to be the
What
man.
I am most impressed with is our running game. It's really coming along. Um, and I love Ray Ray. I love James Conner. Don't get me wrong. And I was ready to sell him out. I told everybody he can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
Season's not even half over yet, so we're going to wait and see if the verdict's still out on James Conner. But he seems healthier, and he's really getting in a stride that I'm really impressed with. But that running back by committee that we've got going on with Anthony McFarland, Benny Snell, I know he doesn't have a lot of yards in this game, but he had them when they counted. So Chase Claypool, I mean, he had 2 carries for 7 yards and a touchdown. Come on, Chase. And everybody kept telling me, the first person who said anything about Chase Claypool to me was T.C. Casey. When we got Chase Claypool, he was the first one that said, Ramona, he will be phenomenal for Pittsburgh.
I said that.
No. T.C. Casey was the first one that said it to me because it shocked me that he even addressed me because we weren't even talking at that point in time. And then Marcus has continued to just absolutely praise Chase Claypool. And the kid is special. This kid is special.
So are you willing to concede that Juju Smith-Schuster is not a number 1 receiver?
We did that on not the last show, but the show before last.
Yeah, when I was there. I did say that when I was there.
So you don't think he's a number 1
anymore?
anymore?
I think Chase Claypool. Well, I listen. I said he was a number 1 because that's what they made him as, a number 1.
I understand that.
You lose Antonio Brown. Who else do you make number 1 on that team last year?
Okay, just because he's the best receiving threat doesn't make him a number 1.
My fucking question is,
whoa.
You lose AB. Again, my question is,
she gets sensitive when you talk about her Steelers.
You lose I get real sensitive about Juju. Juju got thrown under the bus and made a number 1. He didn't have the experience that he needed to be a number 1. He didn't have the 4 years under another receiver like AB did before AB became a number 1. Okay, he didn't get that. Sadly, he played on a team who had a prima donna wide receiver who thought his shit didn't stink and he was the best thing since sliced bread. And don't get me wrong, AB is probably, if he had stayed in and kept playing, would have been the number 1 wide receiver in the league. My problem is attitude counts a lot. And we've seen how many wide receivers over the years have we seen with the attitude like AB, although they didn't have the mental problems that I think this kid has. And Juju got thrown into the mix as a number 1. Juju didn't ask to be a number 1, but he tried to fulfill those shoes last year. But everybody was so down on Juju last year with a 3rd and 4th string quarterback throwing the ball to him. Yeah. So he didn't really have a chance last year. And if you say he did, then you don't know football.
Okay, but he has been back this year. So I'm asking you.
It's been throwing the ball like he was in 2018 this year.
Okay. This we just finished what? This was week 6, right?
Right.
Yes, this is week 6. We're on week 7 now.
So the week has been completed. top 3 MVP candidates right now.
Well, here's my point about.
But we ain't done with the game. So
let me finish what I was saying. You asked me if he's the number one. Here's my point. Juju is doubled every game and has been since the beginning of the game.
He's not
yes,
doubled every
you're wrong. You are
He's
not
not
watching the game.
doubled every game.
Well,
He's
then you're absolutely full of shit. Chase Claypool ain't been doubled yet.
they
James Washington is not being doubled.
Damn sure wasn't double last week.
And that's my point. AB was a number one in 2018. But guess what? He was being doubled. And he got pissed off because Juju Smith-Schuster was getting all the glory, all the passes, all the touchdowns. And that's the reason. That's when he started acting. Do you see Juju acting like that? Hell no. Because Juju
they don't have the same. They don't have the same mentality.
Juju's
been playing a lot in the. First off, you can't double team somebody who's in the slot. That's where Juju Smith-Schuster plays.
Why can't you?
I know that he's not being doubled.
Why can't you?
Who's in the slot?
You double a team in the slot by starting them off on the linebacker.
No one is going to put generally in the slot. They're going to put Juju Smith-Schuster is a matchup. He's a matchup nightmare in the slot because he's big. He's 6'2", 6'3". He's not like Julian Edelman or.
Yeah, but don't say he can. I agree with you, but don't say he can't.
It's really hard to double team somebody in the slot.
Depends on what
they have more directions. They have more direction. They have more directions to go.
Is 6'1".
I say it's 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah, he's 6'1". But the thing is Juju has never been a number one. I never said he was ever. The Pittsburgh Steelers said he was their number one, and they asked him to be the number one. And his very first year of being a number one, he loses his starting veteran quarterback.
Yeah.
Give the guy a little credit. Give him a little credit. And understand.
I would like to give him credit, but nobody gave DeAndre Hopkins any leeway when he became the number one receiver and lost 3 starting quarterbacks and was still putting up 1,000-yard season. So that's what you get paid to do as a receiver. Like I'm not saying that the expectations around Juju were correct, because I don't think that they were correct, but
I don't know.
But I'm not going to sit up here and let him off the hook, because it's next man up. When your quarterback go down, the more the responsibility is on you. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you get paid to do.
Well, and he was injured. He missed 4 games last
Yeah,
year.
that's fair, but the best ability is availability, like Marcus says. So it's a lot of caveats. I'm just not going to let him off the hook. I don't think that the environment and the circumstances were conducive to Juju being the best Juju he could be. But I also am not of the belief that Juju is a number one receiver, period. I think he's a number 2 at best.
I don't think any of us really felt like he was going to be.
Yeah. I feel like he's a number 2 at best. I feel like him and Chase Claypool are a good combination together. I have seen him doubled on several occasions. Juju specifically, I have seen him doubled on several occasions, but that's because he runs good routes. So you can't just let him linger around.
Right. And his yards after the catch are pretty amazing.
Yeah, his yards after the catch is really what separates him from everybody else.
Okay, so we got to get to the next game.
Okay, next game. Oh, and like I said, Baker Mayfield is exactly who I said he was.
No. Yeah, praise for Devin Bush. He's out for the year, torn ACL.
Yes.
Praise for Devin Bush.
And replacing this guy, yeah. All right, next game is Baltimore Ravens and the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm going to tell you something. I was impressed because you guys almost came back and won that game. I was hoping for that. Yeah, I was.
I do got a question for y'all. When you watch that game, did you expect it was to be a close game, or y'all thought it was going to be a blowout?
I thought it was going to be a blowout.
I sit here and I watch everybody on Friday night on the Alphabet Show, and a lot of people didn't take Pittsburgh Steelers to win this game.
We talking about the
I thought we was talking about the Baltimore Philly game.
Yeah, I was talking about the Eagles in the Ravens game.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
I thought it was gonna be a blowout.
But just to be clear, I picked Cleveland to win too.
And to be clear, I actually picked Pittsburgh.
Honestly, I picked the Steelers.
I picked Cleveland.
But anyway, going back to the last question that was asked, I thought it was going to be a blowout, honestly.
You thought the Ravens would blow out the Eagles?
Yeah.
Yes.
We should
I
have.
took the Ravens to win the game. I hoped I was going to be wrong, but I took the Ravens to win, but I didn't think it would be a blowout. I thought that it would be like 28-21, somewhere around there. So I was pleasantly surprised when I took the score of that game. I was like, wow.
So Dennis, how do you feel about that game?
I feel as though Baltimore don't have no wide receivers, and if they don't go make the move to go get Lamar Jackson some help, they will fall short again in the playoffs.
So what do you think about Philly? What do y'all?
I think that Baltimore defense got a lot of and I truly believe that Baltimore Ravens.
You were trying. You were pushing this, Ron.
Listen, guys, I gotta let them talk. I gotta hear this.
So how do you feel about Philly, though?
I feel it, like I said, the Baltimore Ravens defense got a lot of holes. Patrick Queen is a hell of a player. I like Patrick Queen a lot.
So
He was my pick for the Rocky Fire Tech guy.
I don't even know what's up with their secondary. They should have the best secondary in the league.
So you're not answering my question.
The way that they played on Sunday, it damn sure didn't look like it.
So how do you feel about Philly?
Only win by 2 points and to be up 17-0 in the first half. I would honestly say that was a terrible game by Baltimore.
I thought
he's ignoring you, Ron.
Half of the game is going to be the detriment to Baltimore, I think.
No, they already lost to Baltimore. I mean, they already lost to the Chiefs.
No, that ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about they got played by Pittsburgh Steelers twice.
Oh, yeah, well, they might lose that one.
I think they will lose both of them.
I think the only reason why I think they're gonna lose is because after they get the lead, they ain't got no way to continue to fire. Like they might fuck around and blow a lead like on some Atlanta Falcons type. Oh, my bad, Ryan.
Well, no, you got to think though. Most likely, I think we split.
Yeah.
I think we split.
So do Philly need to trade their quarterback?
I didn't see that much wrong with Lamar Jackson except for his wide receiver.
Well, by the way, about when he saw the Carson Wentz line up the wide receiver position, like when Jalen Hurts was on quarterback backfield, when you see that trickery play, that was not a good play. I mean, that was horrible.
The Ravens defense just wasn't ready for what was coming for them.
What do you think about Philly quarterback?
I think that the Ravens defense should
is it Dennis Holmes, is it troubling to you that the only true spark that the Philadelphia Eagles offense is getting is out of their running back, who was totally unsuspected as coming into the season as a bright and shining light in the midst of your chaos?
I would have to say that I felt as though the Baltimore Ravens died.
By the way, Dennis, is Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson, are they done with Philadelphia Eagles?
I would have to say
If you say anything other than yes.
I would have to say that the Baltimore Ravens should be looking to get them another wide receiver.
And Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson should be available soon. Is that what you're about to say?
I was thinking that they could go ahead and get them a guy, first name A, last name B. I think he would do.
You think by week 8 he'll be out there?
I think he should be out there next week so he can be COVIDly clear for week 8.
So, but
right now.
Do you think Philly O-line will be healthy?
I personally think that the defensive line of the Baltimore Ravens
All right, we're gonna go to the next game because you're
And
not gonna
also,
get.
Zach Ertz and Miles Sanders, they're going to be out for a while, too.
We're gonna go to the Minnesota Vikings Atlanta Falcons football.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God.
You feel like the Black Lives Matter movement has had any onus on the ratings from the football season versus the basketball season?
No.
And do you feel like the Black Lives Matter movement, specifically in Philly, considering that's where the founders are from, are affecting the horrible play of the Philadelphia Eagles?
I would have to say that the Baltimore Ravens played a great first half of football.
Eddie Villa says maybe the Philadelphia Eagles should pick up Blake Bortles.
Oh God, that's
Now, when y'all ask me these questions next week, I'll have a different answer for y'all. But for right now,
you hope you'll have a different answer.
oh no, I got some answers.
I have a question for you though.
I can't answer it if it's the direct one.
My direct question is:
You know why you're here.
Baltimore Ravens defense was harder on you guys than the Steelers defense was?
The hell no. I think honestly, and I feel as though both defenses got the same holes. But when y'all played the Browns, it seemed like Minka woke up that day. Like he was a sleeping beast, but somebody shook his ass and said, "Yo, we need you today."
Minka had been playing with a pulled hamstring since the beginning of the season.
I know it was something. I know it was something because the way he played last week and the way he played this week was two different Minkas.
He was on fire.
Some type of excuse.
So I want to ask Dennis the last question.
Okay, let's hear it.
Oh, now we're on the Vikings Falcons.
Oh,
Yeah, can we please go to the Vikings?
I'm gonna have to say, it was nice to see the Vikings win. It was great to see Julio Jones get 2 touchdowns in the game.
Wait a minute, the Vikings.
I'm at the Falcons. It was great to see Julio Jones get 2 touchdowns in the game. That shit seemed like
Yo, where did Marcus go?
He left.
he had to go play
Yo, he left before this good Dalvin Cook conversation was about to spring off.
yes.
Oh,
But I want to say this. Arthur Blank gave everybody a warning. And he was like, everybody jobs up for grab.
You guys know I'm going to be in trouble because this was supposed to be an hour and 45-minute show, and we've been on for like 3 hours.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, you know what I was gonna say, but I ain't gonna say it.
Well, I took the Vikings to win that game because
I took the Vikings too.
Yeah, I did, and I was glad.
I took
the Falcons win.
I took the Falcons, and can anybody guess why?
I know why you took the Falcons
because
your
both teams
No.
When the
It's very
coach is
simple.
fired, the team usually plays harder because they know their job's on the line.
It's okay. There's 2 different reasons.
Okay, say your reason.
The first one was I don't care about Dan Quinn's hiring. Who they promoted, Raheem Morris, was huge because the players in that locker room respect that guy. That's first. The second reason is I knew something that everybody else knew, but people continue to ignore, which is why I put we're not going to talk about the obvious in the comments. I mean, in the chat. Kirk Cousins without Dalvin Cook is extra regular.
Right.
Extra regular.
Okay. Just so our viewers know, our next game will be the Bears and the Panthers. So.
Before go to the Bears and Panthers, so before if the Vikings, if they keep losing that stuff, Mike Zimmer, he could be on the hot seat.
Mike Zimmer has been on the hot seat. Never mind.
He's been on the hot seat.
I've been wanting you to say this for a long time, Devon.
No. Mike Zimmer's been on the hot seat since that missed field goal.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I'm talking about back when Teddy Two Gloves was there.
He's talking about like going against the Seahawks in the cold weather. That's all you're. Okay, go ahead, Ramona.
The worst thing he did was go get Kirk Cousins. He should have kept what's that boy name?
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum. Should have kept Case Keenum.
Yeah, I agree.
Ain't like you getting a different result.
You taking it too far.
Are you getting a different result?
That's not the point.
If you keep Case Keenum,
bro,
half of what
taking it too far, bro.
Listen what I'm saying. If you keep Case Keenum, you would have paid him half of what you paid Kirk Cousins, which means you could have spent more money on defense.
Defense ain't their problem.
Which is kind of
they had the second best defense in
the same thing the Bears did when they went to the NFC Championship game. And Jake Cutler took himself out the game, and their backup quarterback had a similar game, and it was like, if you keep the backup, you're gonna get him for cheaper than you paid Jake Cutler that $100 million.
I told you what they should have did last year. If y'all don't want to pay Dak, bro, trade Dak to Minnesota and get Kirk Cousins. If y'all so convinced that Dak is trash, trade him to Minnesota. Because if Dak goes to Minnesota, Stephon Diggs is still in Minnesota, and Minnesota's probably in first place in this year.
Yeah, they probably is.
All right, so moving on to the Bears Panthers game.
Oh, Panthers versus football royalty.
Would you say they were football's royalty? You said?
Yeah, because of the history, not because of the quarterback. Relax.
No. I don't even put all the wins on Nick Foles. I just know Nick Foles ain't gonna lose you no game.
He wasn't even there for two of them.
That's all I'm telling you is he's not going to lose you no games.
Okay,
that's the difference in Nick Foles. He's not going to lose you no games.
That's fair.
And with the defense,
he had an opportunity to come back and win the game against Indianapolis, and he fell short.
Well, that's because you hung up the phone. If you stayed on the phone, they'd got that onside kick. That's why that happened. Let's get that clear. You were being bad luck.
I hung up the phone when they were coming back against the Falcons. My bad, bro. Then they were coming back to bust the Falcons' ass, and they still won.
I'm just saying.
Ramona, just to piggyback off of this game, we tend to play pretty well against quarterbacks that aren't able to fit the ball passing wise into corner posts and elite throws, because we run the traditional Tampa 2
right
on top of our normal defense. So Teddy Bridgewater is going to struggle. Naturally is going to struggle against us. So I was expecting, because they were without C-Mac, I was expecting us to get out of that game with a W. And so that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I took your Bears to win. So
I took the Bears too, because that defense is starting to roll around. It's about to start clicking, and it's going to be bad for that division.
And I
after last week,
that this is not the Teddy Bridgewater that you saw in New Orleans, because Sean Payton's offensive scheme it makes good quarterbacks into damn near great ones.
Right.
Yeah, but he looked better. He looked better now.
No, he did not.
What? He does look better now.
Look at.
I'm talking about the 3-game win streak he was on. I ain't talking about the whole season. That 3-game win streak he was on, he looked better now than he did in that 6 games.
Bro, he played us last year and he picked us apart.
Yeah.
He dropped. He had like 364 on us.
I said the three wins. I said the 3 wins.
I'm telling you, he went 6-0 as a starter in New Orleans last year when Drew Brees went down. He looked better than them. And the only game he looked bad was the first game he came in as a starter.
That's true.
And he still won it.
Yeah, and he still won.
So, no, I think he looked much better.
He looked bad in that game. Now, that's the game I thought they was going to put Taysom Hill in.
I was really shocked that they actually let him go, knowing that Drew Brees is, I'm sorry, but I think he's done. I think
they only let him go because they got Jameis Winston and they know James.
The thing is, like, Teddy Bridgewater, I mean, he wants to start somewhere else. That's why he went to a different team. I mean, like what Ramon said, yes, Drew Brees is done.
He was going to stay in New Orleans, but then they got Jameis Winston on a discount. So,
well, I mean, they signed Jameis Winston after the draft was over, but Teddy Bridgewater, he just wanted to start somewhere else. So that's the reason why we didn't re-sign him.
And Matt Rule been loving Teddy Bridgewater since he played against him Louisville played Temple.
Breeze is missing uh,
Michael Thomas.
Tom. Yeah.
Can't
The
guard Mike.
flex option.
Can't guard Mike.
The flex
Yeah, Drew Brees, he's
option.
missing Michael Thomas.
Exactly.
But shout out to the Chicago Bears. They have won 2 in a row. Who do y'all play next?
I think we play. Oh shit! Oh damn! I hope we're not playing now. Hold up.
Tell me it's Green Bay.
No, I don't think it's Green Bay. I don't think we play Green Bay for
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
They go
Oh, y'all finna watch it, dog.
No, they're playing against the Rams.
Oh, that's
it's the Rams game. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's Monday Night Football. Oh, that's 3 wins.
Yeah.
That's the battle of the best defensive player in the league.
So yeah,
But after the Rams game, then they played the Saints.
Yeah, we play the Saints, the Titans. This is the meat and potatoes of our schedule.
Show who y'all are.
Yeah, we play the Rams, Saints, Titans, Vikings, Green Bay, Detroit, Texans, Vikings, Jaguars, and Green Bay. And y'all, and you think we making the playoffs? You are wilding.
Not only do I think y'all making the playoffs, y'all winning the division.
Yeah. Okay.
All
right. The next game is.
No matter what people see.
Cincinnati Bengals and Indianapolis Colts.
What was that?
The Cincinnati Bengals and Indianapolis Colts.
This is when Noodle Arm threw a perfect strike to win the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have to agree with you on that one because they knocked down 21-0.
Yes.
They were down 21-0. And I said, this is why he has to go after this season. And I said that. I said he has to go.
And then he started picking them apart.
Yes, he did. He said, I ain't going nowhere. You know he a trash talker too. I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, he talk cash money stuff too.
He talk cash money. The people be saying
until he sees Brady.
All right.
He ain't got to see Brady now.
I honestly, I did not, because I'm such a Bama fan.
Uh-oh.
And I think that if Tua hadn't went down in colleges last year, that it would have been Bama up there instead of LSU. Just saying.
You really think if Tua didn't get injured, it would have been?
Oh yeah,
because you got to think Tua played that game, and he came in rusty because he hadn't played in the 2 previous games, and so the two turnovers came early, and then after the 2 turnovers, after he got them joints out of the way, he torched them.
Yes,
like mutilated their defense, and they were supposed to be head over heels the best team. The only 2 games they lost was when Tua came back rusty, and then when they didn't have Tua against Auburn. That's the only 2 games they lost.
Yeah,
they were gonna beat the brakes off of them. I just didn't think that they were capable of manhandling Clemson like LSU did because they matched up better because they were bigger at the time.
Yeah, and I agree. Like I said, when Tua went down, I still didn't know if LSU would be able to pull it off. But to give Burrow credit, the kid is doing quite well with Cincinnati.
Yeah, he is. He shocked me. Him and Justin Herbert both shocked me.
Yep.
I'm still not. Jesus Christ. I'm pleased with Justin Herbert. I'm still not sold on him. And the reason why is because three straight games, you got him in your grasp and you let him go.
Was it because he got 2 number 1 wide receivers? That's why you think that?
2 number 1 wide receivers, a solid running back, a great offensive line, and your head coach is an offensive line coach originally, so you're getting time back there. Yeah, it's like, and no disrespect to him because I know you're a rookie, but Jesus Christ, man, come on. Like I just people calling him special, and is this early, and he's one in. Man, all right, I don't see it.
I got to read a comment. Eddie V. Hill says, the Steelers have had a forced bye and have the same amount of wins as the whole NFC East.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
What? No, it's true.
That's why I said I'm not mad at that.
A crafty comment. I'll give him that.
Philly Phil says, yo, 7-9 could win the division, and nobody is really any better than the Eagles in the NFC East.
Who said that?
Philly Phil.
He's, you know what? Okay.
Kellen says he told y'all Hubert was the truth.
I ain't say the truth. I just said I'm a believer now.
All right, so we're going to move on to the Lions and Jags game. And I'm going to tell you something. DeAndre Swift, man.
Yeah, shout out to DeAndre Swift.
Who took the Jags? Was it Dalton? Dalton took the Jags because his best buddy.
Every time I pick the Jaguars, I'm so frustrated.
Don't pick them. I don't pick them. I just don't call them the London Jaguars no more because of Phillip Rivers. But
hey, for information though, like in the past, I did pick the Bengals against the Jaguars. I mean, at least I didn't jinx the Bengals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about that game. I knew the Detroit Lions. Matthew Stafford, 19 of 31. Not the greatest numbers, but 223 yards, touchdown, interception. But DeAndre Swift, that kid. And, you know, I said it when they picked him. God, poor Swift having to go to the Lions.
Guess where he come from?
Georgia.
I know.
Exactly where. Guess where he was born in? Philly. There's a difference.
Move on.
What?
Well, I mean,
why y'all? Just out of curiosity, why y'all keep saying poor DeAndre Swift?
I ain't saying poor DeAndre Swift.
Well, I just said going to have to go to the Lions organization.
Oh yeah.
That's why. Poor DeAndre.
He might get out of there though.
Did they lose?
No, they won. All right, so the last game, I think is the last one. The WFT game against the Giants.
Shout out to the Giants for getting that victory against the WFT.
And also shout out to Ricky Williams too. He's a Giants fan as well.
Yeah, he had a good week this week. He made a crazy trade with me, but he ended up beating me in fantasy because Aaron Rodgers only had 5 fantasy points.
You were lucky he had those.
Right. Aaron Rodgers was off. That's how I've been losing in fantasy. My quarterback play. I need my quarterback to give me a solid 20. They ain't been doing it.
But you know what? Honestly,
I thought you were losing that fantasy because the women that you select were horrible.
Kyle Allen.
I ain't select. Well, first of all,
have a bad game.
About women that you're talking about. Only woman I selected was.
You say? What'd you say, Ramona? Kyle Allen had what?
I said Kyle Allen didn't have a bad game.
No, he didn't. No,
he really did. I mean, he's 31 for 42, 280 yards, 2 touchdown passes. Granted, he had the interception, although that interception really wasn't his fault.
And on the part with the Washington and Giants, like on a touchdown, I guess sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. Though, but seriously, you cannot go for 2 for trying to win the game. Kick the extra point. That's all you gotta do. It's not that hard.
Hold on.
You ain't lying though.
Very true.
Very true.
Say that again, Dalton.
Like when you saw the Washington and the Giants game at the late touchdown. I'm saying this. I mean, I get it does happen. It works out. Doesn't though. You cannot go for 2 to try to win a game. Kick the extra point to tie the game, though.
So what if your team hasn't been performing well in overtime?
Well, good point, though.
I mean, you got to that's got to be a situational call. I mean, if you look at things, he probably decided to go for it because he had the momentum at that point in time, and his team is.
So y'all got to remember that is Riverboat Ryan.
Yeah, that's. I mean, at the end of the day, that team's not good, especially without Chase Young. I mean, that team is really not good.
Chase Young won't be playing next week either.
All right, well, that wraps up our show for tonight, guys. It is 2:00 in the morning.
Is Chase
Oh,
Young
yeah,
playing?
right quick, Devon. Last year with the Saints and the Bears, Teddy Bridgewater, he threw 281 yards in that game.
281 yards.
No, is Chase Young playing this week coming up?
How many touchdowns, Dalton?
2.
2
2
touchdowns.
tubs.
Yeah, Latavius Murray, he had 2 rushing touchdowns with Alvin Kamara. He went in that game. He got injured.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so parting words, Dennis.
Yes.
Parting words.
Part of words. I want to thank each and everybody for coming out tonight and watching Monday Night Madness. I'll be with y'all in I'm about to say what at 8 p.m. on Tuesday. Tokyo-ish. Make sure y'all watch. Thank y'all for coming out.
You're up, Devon.
Thank everybody for tuning in at Monday Night Madness. It's always, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Ramona, for facilitating this awesomely intense environment. And forget Marcus for leaving early. He didn't want no parts of this Dalvin Cook argument. So everybody have a great night. I will see y'all either Wednesday or Thursday. I haven't decided yet.
And before everybody leaves, I'm going to say, Kellen, good luck with your surgery in the morning.
Absolutely.
We'll keep you in our prayers and a speedy recovery. D-Man.
Well, I want to thank you, Ramona, for letting me be on the show. And thank you for tuning in on Monday Madness. And on coming Sunday, be sure to watch Jolly in the morning about the wrestling show.
What time does it come on?
Like 9, where you're at, I think.
9 Eastern.
9 Eastern. But I extra it's going to be in the morning time.
All right.
9 or 10.
Donovan, you still with us?
If he is, something is got him incapacitated.
All right. Well, I would like to extend my thank you guys for viewing and tuning in for our shows. It's a little bit different Monday Night Madness. Kind of throwing this one together in 3 or 4 hours. I was asked to come out and help Marcus to host the show for tonight, and it was quite enjoyable. And it's always enjoyable when your teams are winning, and again, go Dodgers, again, go Bama, and again, go Steelers always.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, baby.
Ramona, before you end this, I got a joke for you.
Okay.
You know why they called Atlanta Braves?
No clue why.
Because the Georgia are so brave and they choked in the playoffs and the games and that stuff.
Well, I had to do a shout out to William Richter.
Don't forget Donovan. Don't forget Donovan. He's a Braves fan too.
And Donovan and William Richter, I got to do a shout out to him because I don't ever run my mouth about teams losing. But I got contacted when they were winning 3-1. Actually, before the 3-1, because I was told, they were just going to sweep us under the rug. And then they had us 3-1, and I said, you know what? The fat lady ain't saying yet. And I told him, I said, we're going to win the next 3 in a row. So, go Dodgers.
It's a Georgia thing. That's why they so brave to choke.
But yeah. Anyway, thanks guys, and don't forget to tune in to Talk Yours Tuesday. Then we have Fresh Perspective Sports, TODT Live this week, the Alphabets Football Show, the Bills Special Edition Show,
Jaw You
Wrestling Show. And then I think we still have a family show on Sunday nights, but I usually don't make it. Hey, I'm lucky to stay up and watch the late night Sunday night show. So there you go. But, or the Sunday night game. So, yeah. But thank you guys for your continued support, and we love you all.